Okay, so I was thinking over the weekend as to what the problem could be. Okay, I was thinking as to what the problem would be with a lot of you guys. And I discovered that basically there was actually no problem. Okay, there's actually no problem. And then the majority of the problem you all are having is surrounded around how you approach the markets. You look at the market from a very, very unrealistic point of view, and then you try to make magic. A lot of you, please, if you know you are in a noisy environment, please do me the honor and mute your mics. Okay, if I have to complain for a particular person over and on, I will take you off the call and then you have to wait to listen to the recording. Okay, so I discovered that a lot of you guys have amazing trading skills. I see your chat work and I see all that you do on the group and I see all that you're trying to do, making sense, making a lot of sense. Your POIs are intact. Okay, your liquidity levels, your logic is above 50%. Your ideology is amazing. So what then is the problem? Okay, if all of these things are intact, then what then is the problem? The only problem is that we are forgetting a lot of things, and then we have built our minds in a way that we believe that we should not be wrong. Okay, I have a very big note with me here I'll be working with today. I listed out a lot of things I should be talking about. So I'll just be taking them through as we make progress. Okay, now, before I get into talking about risk assessment, right, and win rates and strike rates and all of those things, let's talk about psychology. Okay, let's talk about psychology. Now, there are basically four trading fears, or four fears that a trader has. The first fear is the fear of missing out. The fear of missing out on a move, right? What we call FOMO, right? Okay, the first fear is FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. The second fear is FOLO, fear of losing out, right? The third fear is fear of leaving money on the table. Fear of leaving money on the table. Then the fourth fear is fear of being wrong. Right? Those are the basic fears. Those are the basic fears associated with traders or with trading. Okay? So it's either you are, give me a minute. Yeah. So it's either you are afraid of missing out on the move, you're afraid of losing out, you're afraid of leaving. I'm hearing a very, very scanty noise in the background. I think it's from an earpiece or something. Now, we'll be looking at something very quick, okay, as it regards this line. We'll be looking at something very quick as it regards these things that I've mentioned, okay, and then we'll try to make sense out of it. Give me, where's my cleaner joints? Undo. Okay, nice. So let us look at this as our mind, okay, on a level. Okay, no fears, just the mind, empty. No, you're not thinking of the risk, you're not thinking of the reward, you're not thinking of anything. This is just your mind on a plain note. And then we have this level, okay? This level is confidence. And then we have this level. This level is fear. In trading, if you have too much of this level, you will lose money. In trading, if you still have too much of this level, you will lose money. Okay, so you'll be making a negative on any of them if you have too much of confidence as C, and then if you have too much of fear as F. So what then should you do? Okay, because there are only 4 things you're afraid of as a trader. Number one is either you're afraid of missing out on a move, so you jump in earlier than you are supposed to be in the move, or you're afraid of losing out, so you don't take the trade at all, or you are afraid of leaving money on the table. So when you're supposed to exit the trade, you end up holding the trade much more longer and then hitting a break even on a trade that had given you positive over 1% or 2% or 3% already. Or you're afraid of being wrong, so you don't even want to attempt to take the trade in the first place. It is very, very important that you should strike a balance. Now, this is something I want you to know. You cannot eliminate these fears. Throw away any book or any video or any mentorship that tells you how to kill. You cannot kill the fear. You are human. It is impossible to kill the fear. So the question then is, how do I manage these issues? How do I manage these psychological conditions? That is when the logic on the basic psychology behind trading becomes very, very, very necessary. And that is what I'll be talking about today. Number one, a trader needs to have a carefree and a detached state of mind. A trader needs to have a very carefree and a detached state of mind. What that means is that I am not directly connected to the possible outcome. I am detached from the possible outcome of every given trade. Now, if you are a doctor, right? If you do medicine and you are a doctor, it is impossible for you to be detached, okay, from the possible outcome of the surgery. If you go into the surgery, you go into the ward with a patient who wants to undergo a surgery, you are concerned about the outcome, right? Because you expect the outcome to be positive, right? Because a life is at stake. True or false?
True, sir.
Now, if you're a lawyer and you have a client and your client has to appear before the courts, you are overly concerned about the outcome, because if you lose the case, possibly your clients could go to jail. True or false?
True. True, sir.
If you're an engineer, you're concerned about the possible outcome, because if your connections are not done properly, you will not be able to supply power from whatever power transmitter to whatever apartment or whatever electronic you're trying to fix. True or true? True. But in trading, it is totally different. Trading is the direct opposite of every other profession you can do. So it is impossible to begin to carry the way we see other professions and bring that ideology into trading. It will never work. At the end of the day, you will never find consistency. There is something called a threshold of consistency. Okay? This is the threshold. This is the threshold. This is your growth pattern. This is where many traders live, below the threshold of consistency. Okay, so today on your equity curve or your growth curve, you're positive, and then you're making progress, and then you get to that level, psychological effect, and then you're back down, and then you're trying, and then you're back down there, and then you hit this level as a sort of what's it called? A mid-range for you, sort of a support for you. Okay, so you're setting, okay, probably I know I can never blow an account, but then I am not seeing consistency. So it's profit and loss and profit and loss and profit and loss. Then I'm back to capital. Profit and loss and profit and loss and profit and loss. I am back to capital. Why is that? The problem is because we get overly attached to we are not detached from the outcome of the trades. We are married to every trade we take, and it is impossible to make profit like that. In trading, you cannot judge your win rates, or you cannot judge your performance based on a single trade. This is trade one. I cannot say I am a good trader because I made profits on trade one, because the outcome of every trade is unknown. That is not the problem. The outcome of every trade is unknown and unknowable. It is not possible to know the outcome of every given trade. Understand this. In trading, the outcome of every trade is both unknown and unknowable. It is impossible to know the outcome of every given trade. So how then do we become consistently profitable? When we begin to look at trades as the series of trade. Okay, so I am looking at my edge, I'm looking at my system through a series of 20 trades or 15 trades or 10 trades. Now, who has heard about the idea of weighted, those who play dice, there's something called weighted dice. Okay, so there's more weight on the area of the dice that has the 6. I'm hearing myself in the background. Please, if you're playing me out from a speaker, mute yourself. Okay, if you understand the concept of a weighted dice, I don't know if you heard about a weighted dice before. Now, for people who gamble, who play the dice gamble, okay, the trick behind playing the dice gamble is using a weighted dice, okay? So the figure you know would be more rampant, you have it more weighted, right? So you have a larger chance of falling back to that figure if you toss the dice over a series of time. Okay, does that make sense? Now, what your edge does for you is that it adds weight to a particular area of the dice. That is what your edge does for you. I'll repeat that. What your edge does for you is adding weight to a particular area of the dice. So I know that if I flip the dice or if I throw the dice, it is impossible that I will get 6 10 times in a row. But I know that the 6th area is weighted, right? So I have a large percentage of getting a 6 if I throw the dice 10 times. What if I throw the dice just once? What is the possibility that I get a 6 if I throw the dice just once? The possibility is unknown, right?
Yes, sir.
Interact with me. Yes, interact with me. The possibility I will get a 6, irrespective of the fact that the dice is weighted, is unknown if I throw the dice just once, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, another instance, if you have a shoe, okay, obviously the sole of your shoe is more weightier than the top of your shoe, right?
Yes, sir.
So the law of gravity, if I throw the shoe up, if it flips, it means that somehow while it flips, the weighty area goes below and the less weighty area comes on top, right?
Yes, sir.
So it means that
Yes,
if I
sir.
throw a shoe up 20 times, I have a larger percentage of the shoe falling on its sole because the sole is a more weightier part of the shoe, right?
That's true.
But if I throw the shoe just once, it is possible that the shoe may land upside down with the sole above, right?
That's true.
Does that take away the fact that the sole is more weightier than the top?
No.
That is what a lot of you guys are doing with your trading. You judge your assessment over a particular trade. You have an edge. Your edge is what gives the weight to what you trade. Your edge is the weightier part of the shoe, which is the sole. And then I am certain that if I throw this shoe in the air over a series, not just once, over a series, I have a larger percentage of winning a few of these over these because this is the weightier part of the shoe. That is your edge. Okay, so the problem with most of you guys is that you are not utilizing your edge how you should. Trading, okay, get this and get it wrong, okay? Trading strategies were not designed to tell you the outcome of every possible move. Trading strategies were not designed to tell you the outcome of every possible move. Mark Douglas says this, and I quote, professional traders are professional traders because the moment your edge presents itself, there is nothing to think about. What does thinking do for you? You try to build a scenario around the trade that gives you a reason to say, okay, this trade I am taking is a correct trade. There is no such thing as a correct trade. Trading is a game of what? Probabilities. If Dr. Banks knew that this trade would be a correct trade, I will go in 95% risk on my account. If that guru mentor that you follow or watch knows that this particular trade is going to be a correct trade, I will go in, he will go in 100% on his account and risk it all and be free for the rest of his life. Nobody knows what trade is a correct trade. Now, this is the exciting part. We are not even concerned about taking correct trades. Why? I have a what? An edge. I'm not looking for correct trades. I have an edge that will always tilt the game to my favor if I practice through a series of what? Events. Through a series of trade. So it is very possible that my edge may fail me if I try once, right? If I try twice, right? True or false?
True, sir.
Now, listen to me, guys. You don't need a 50% win rate to be a consistently profitable trader. You don't need a 60. Any win rate above, from 20% win rate and above, can make you a consistently profitable trader. You know what 20% means?
2 wins.
2 wins. How many losses?
8 losses.
Can make you a consistently profitable trader. We are going to do a little math, lots of mathematics on this event. Okay, I'll be delving into calculation. I'll be delving into psychology, but I don't want to go into psychology immediately. Okay, let's come to strike rates and win rates. Once you understand the mystery or the possibility of the strike rates and win rates, then you'll be willing to understand the possibility of accepting your trade, viewing them from a perspective of a set of trades. Hence, when you take a trade and you hit stop loss, you are not concerned about the stop loss. You are not concerned about the stop loss. You are not bothered about the stop loss. You are not worried about the stop loss. It is one reason if I send a signal and it goes against, it's not a problem. I don't even think about it. It is that. Why? Because I am not looking at this one trade that hits the stop loss. I am looking at my outcome over a series of what? 20 trades. Now, this is what we are going to do now. Okay, we are going to do an assessment of. I hope you, if you have your notepads or your calculator, just bring them very close to you. Okay, we are going to do an assessment of a 30% win rate, right? We'll do an assessment of a 20% win rate, and then probably an assessment of a 50% win rate. Okay, I don't even go high, so you don't think you need 50%. Let's do a 30% win rate. Okay, let's do a 30% win rate using a, these were a few analysis I did over the weekend because I was looking at the lease funding on the TFF, on the Chill Forex Fund, what's it called? Chill Forex Fund profile for a few of my guys and myself wanted to get something in TFF. And then, so I'll be clearing this right now. So I can do all the calculations with this board. Okay, so 30% win rates, and then we are risking, okay, win rates 30%, right? And then we are risking 0.25% per trade. 0.25% per trade. That's what we are risking. And then we are concerned about a 30% win rate. 30% win rate means if we take 100 trades, we won only how many?
30.
Good. Let's get to work. Okay, so 0.25% of $25,000. How much is that? That's a 62.5, right?
Yes, sir.
$62.5. $62.5 is 0.25% of a $25,000.
5,000.
25,000. I'm not using a mouse. I'm using the mouse on my PC, so it's kind of lagging. But let's just continue. Okay, so it means we are willing to risk $6.25 per every trade, right? And then we are targeting a risk ratio, not 1 to 10, 1 to 5. Is it possible we can do 1 to, in fact, I'm still holding a 1 to 50 trade from EU from last week, okay? So let's say we don't get all those home runs every day. Let's say we're doing the minimum, 1 to 5, okay? I don't want to make magic. I just want to trade and make money, right? So this is the average. 30% win rate, risking 0. So let's say WRO as 30, 0.25 as risks, and then account balance or equity 25,000. And then we are risking $62.5, okay? And then we are targeting a 1 to 5 on every trade. So let's do this calculation very fast. Okay? Now, 0.25% on a 1 to 5 win rate equals how many percent? If I'm risking 0.25%, right? And I am making 1 to 5 on a 1 to 5 win rate, that should be how many percent? That's 0.25 times 5 now. You guys, how many percent is that?
1.25.
Thank you very much. The rest of them did not do math. Okay, so we have 1.25%. Okay, so it means that on every winning trade, if we get a 1 to 5, we have made 1.25%, risking how many percent? 0.25%. Right?
0.25.
So in a series of 10 trades with a 30% win rate, that means 3 trades won and 7 trades lost. Let's analyze that. In a series of 10 trades with a 30% win rate, that means 3 trades won, 7 trades lost. That will be 0.25. Okay, calculate that very fast. 0.25, right? 0.25 on its 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, right? Times 3 equals what?
3.75.
3.75.
Okay, so you have won 3.75%, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say on this day, you took 10 trades, right? You lost how many? 7. You won 3 at 3.75%, right? Now, so 0.25 minus the 7 trades lost. Minus the 7 trade lost equals what? 1.75, right?
Yes.
So what is left for you? So what is your gross profit for the day? So gross profit
2%.
equals how many percent? 2%, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say every day you take an average of 10 trades every day. This is on a 10 trade. After now, you can go and check through your trading journal and check how many trades you take a day. Then calculate your average for yourself. Okay, so 2% a day. 2% a day times 5 trading days. Don't forget, I am losing 7 trades and I'm winning only 3. Okay, so my win rate is very poor. True or false?
True.
Good, because the win rate is not even up to average. It's not even up to 5 out of 10. Okay, so 2 times 5 trading days equals how many?
10.
Equals 10, right? Equals 10% a week, right? 10 times 4 trading weeks equals how many?
40.
40, right?
Yes, sir.
So in a month,
40.
I have made 40% of my account, losing 7 trades daily and winning only 3 trades. So tell me now, does win rate matter in trading?
No,
From this
not at
calculation,
all.
sincerely from this calculation, answer yourself. So when traders come to my DM to say, what is your win rate? It just shows me how stupid they are. When a trader comes to my DM and asks me, please, I would like to know your strike rate and your win rate, it just shows me how foolish they are. It just shows me how they don't know anything about trading. At this win rate, it is a 30%, not even 50, not even 40. Okay, so if I was trading a $100,000 account at this rate, taking 10 trades every day and losing 7 out of 10, losing 7 out of 10, winning only 3. Okay, and then those 7 has to be in a roll or whatever sequence it takes. But then I'm concerned about the outcome of 10 trades. Because don't forget, I told you, you cannot judge the outcome from a single trade. It has to be through a series of trades. Because you are trading a game of what? Probabilities. Your edge is what now tweaks that probability to your what? Favor. So let us say even with your edge, the 7 did not go in your favor. The worst, you had a 3 to your favor. You still came out with how many percent? 40% at the end of the month. If you are trading a $100,000 funded account, you are doing 10% weekly at what? Making only how many percent gain daily? 1.5. You are risking only 0.25% per trade. 10% of your 100,000 is 10,000. At the end of the month, you're doing how many thousand? 40,000. Now, let's say this is too bad. We are not even getting 30%. We are getting a 20% win rate. Let's call this 20% win rate. The same calculation. The same calculation. 0.25 times 1 to 5, blah, 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 right? 1.25, this remains a constant, right? Now, this now times 2. Let's do this times 2. What is the figure? What is the answer? 1.25 times 2 is how many? 2 point what?
2.5.
2.5, right? So
Yes,
let
sir.
me do that new calculation here. So this is on a 2% win, 20% win rate,
2% win rate.
right? So we have 2 trades and then we failed how many? Win
8.
2, failed 8,
8.
right? The profit for the 2 equals how many?
2.5.
2.5, right? Great.
Yes, sir.
Now the losses equal how many? 0.25 times 8 is equals what?
2.
0.25 times 8 equals 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say losses at 8 equals 2, right? So you're left with 0.5% daily, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
0.5% times 5,
2.5.
2.5.
2.5 a week, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So 2.5 a week times 4 weeks.
Nice. 10.
Okay, 2.5 a day, 2.5 a week right, times 4 weeks is what? 10, right? 10% a month,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. So even with as minimum as a 20% win rate, I still end up with 10% a month over a series of taking 10 trades, losing 8 and winning only 2. At the end of the month, I am certain that I make 10% of my accounts every month. 10% a month times 12 months is how many?
120.
120.
At the end of the year, I have made 100% of my capital plus a 20% bonus for risk or for enjoyment, whatever the case may be. So tell me, where does win rate come into trading?
No, but I mean, like at the end of the day, it's about making money. So
Exactly. Okay, so the problem is not anybody that's overly concerned about one win rate or one other win rate or one other strike rate is a foolish person. It's not a trader. It lacks. I'm trying not to get pissed right now, but then I'll try as much as I can to keep myself in check. Okay, because I've looked at all of you guys, and then this is the mental barrier that I've kept all of you in check. You want to win every trade. I took the first trade, I lost. I took the second trade, I lost. I took the third trade, I lost. So I'm done for the day. How? Is that how your edge works? Is that how your edge works? How do you expect to see profitability from that? And the reason why most of you guys are only quitting after seeing 2 losses is because on your first loss, you went 30% of your account size. On your second loss, you went 20% of your account size. Already on 2 losses, you have lost half your account. So what keeps you in the game? What then keeps you in the game? Now, if I could make 120%, if I could make 120% gain in a year as a journal on my equity curve, winning failing 8 trades, and then it is impossible that you take 10 trades every day and then you fail 8. You fail 8 consistently every day. You're failing 8 trades and winning only 2. So let us say you are that bad. Let us say you don't understand the market. You're always in the wrong trades majority of the time, but you're always getting 2 trades out of 10 consistently. At the end of the year, this calculation shows that you can still be profitable 120%. At a 20% win rate. Now imagine if your system gives you a 50% win rate. Am I making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 100%.
So it is quite easy to do all of these calculations. But do you believe these calculations? You are seeing the calculation for yourself. We did it together. It is possible here on paper. Do you believe these calculations? It is your belief of these calculations that now gives you the comfort and confidence to now willingly execute these trades at ease, at a very, very relaxed psychology without fear. Because I know that I may fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I win 9 and 10 at the end of the year, I will still see 120% profitability. So I'm not concerned about everything that happened inside of here. Are you that sound psychologically? That is the problem. That is the problem. A lot of you want to be traders, but you're not willing to accept the risk that comes with trading. At your leisure, okay, this is the formula. I've given you the formula. Take this and calculate this over a 30% win rate, over a 50% win rate, over a 70% win rate. Then journal your, okay, from next week, from tomorrow, right? My mom is calling. Let me take this call. I'll be you guys shortly. My love, I'm teaching a class, please. I'll call you back. Okay, so from tomorrow, you guys begin to journal your trades. Okay, you guys begin to journal your trades. Journal your trades throughout the month of December, and make sure you are reacting to your edge as much as possible. Okay, throughout the month of December, so you can get the win rate that your journaling tells you. Maybe at a 30% or 40% or 50%, then use that win rate minus 10% out of that win rate. So if your journaling tells you that your edge gives you 60%, minus 10% and calculate by 50, in case we have worse days. For myself, I minus 20% from my win rate when I do my calculations, because I can have a losing streak, I can have bad days, I can have losses, okay? I like to calculate on a worst case scenario. I like to be blown out when the profits come. Okay, then calculate this thing. And then, so you see how much of a mistake you have been making when you're not approaching the market with the right psychology. There is nobody who is hearing my voice on this meeting at the moment. Okay, there is nobody here. Jay,
Sir?
is
Yes,
your
sir.
win rate below 20%?
No, sir.
Ayo, is your win rate below 20%?
No.
What about you, Big Ray? Is your win rate below 20%, Ray?
I can't really say yes or no for now.
Okay, Brains, is your win rate below 20%?
Yes.
Okay, Divine, what is your win rate? Below 20%?
Yes.
Divine, is that you?
Yes, sir.
No.
Mr. Kenny, is your win rate below 20%? Now listen up, guys. Okay, a 20% win rate means that if you take 10 trades, you fail all 10, or you fail 9 out of 10. Is there anybody here who would take 10 trades and fail 9 trades out of 10? Anybody, please, if you're here, let me know, please. Anybody, you know, if you take 10 trades now, you fail 9 out of 10.
No, it has never happened with me.
Okay, anybody here, you know, if you take 10 trades, you fail 9 out of 10. Anybody here?
No, not at all.
Then everybody here has a win rate above 20% or at 20%. If nobody here will take 10 trades in a row and lose 9 out of 10, it means you have a win rate at 20% or above 20%. So every other thing that has stopped you from being consistent psychology. It's the junk you have built in your head that you need to win every trade.
Yes, yes,
You're on
yes.
the call on my back end. You need to mute the mic. Somebody's on the call. Okay, so what has held you back is the threshold of consistency that I drew earlier, is what have held you back. To believing that you must win your first trade or second trade or third trade, to that thing that they have taught you that when you start your day and you start your day with 3 losses, you should just close. What is your average strike rate for the day? Personally, I trade the 1 minute time frame, so I'm everywhere. Okay, I went through my journaling and then I take an average of 10 to 22 trades every day. I take an average of 10 within 7 to 10 or 22 trades every day. Okay, so what are you doing exactly that is stopping you from being consistent? Now, I'll send a new link. This is when I just have 1 minute for this. I'll send a new link and then we'll dive into psychology very quickly. So just stay on the group. I'll send a new link immediately. So we'll dive into psychology.